Hey guys, hope everybody's doing great today. This is Coach Bill with Weight Loss Made Easy Solution. Hope you guys are having a great, what is today? Monday so far. Okay, so let's see what we're going to talk about today. Well, let's take my notes here and check it out. Oh, this is a very interesting topic, and I think that this is a topic that a lot of you can probably relate to. And the reason why I actually looked into this topic is because I have a friend of ours that we go either out to eat with quite a few times, or we'll invite him over for dinner. And when I named the topic off, I'm not going to mention her name, but she's right in this category, and that basically um, what got me looking into this topic and looking for research on it. And actually, those of you that follow me know that I have talked about certain things that you can do or that you will do that are mistakes that will actually sabotage your weight loss if that's what you're looking for, or I like to call it body fat, or if you're looking to lower your if you're a type 2 diabetic or a pre-diabetic. Now, actually, to me, those two are the same. But if you're actually a type 2 diabetic, this also contributes to slowing down slowing down, reversing your type 2 diabetes. And so she'll know who I'm talking about. So the topic for today is eating too quickly when 40 plus. Now, when I started to really dig into the actual research, and those of you that follow me on my Weight Loss Made Easy Solution Facebook group page, now you might want to go and join that group. There's a lot of good downloads in there, a lot of good educational information, and there's also some videos and fat burning recipes that you can download, or you can also go to my YouTube channel, type in Bill Mabry, subscribe, and see some of my videos also. But interesting is that I really, myself, personally, really didn't pay much attention to this, because I myself is guilty of this also. Now, my wife, though, is a very, very, very slow eater. So when I look at her physique and her leanness, I'm wondering now, could this be why she stays so lean? And so when I started checking the research out on it, and I realized there's a lot of really good scientific research showing that those that eat slow and take their time chewing their foods actually are leaner than those that are eating fast. And so I wrote down some of the research. So what I'm going to do with this video here is I'm actually going to put this on my WordPress, and then I'm going to put it in the description section of this video so you guys can read all the specifics. I'm not going to get into all the science. I'm going to just get into a few of them here that I found, and then I'm going to list a whole bunch of others. But this is actually going to be in my platform. Those of you who follow me know that Emily and I educate people on primary eating or ketogenic diet, and combining it with intermittent fasting, and we also combining it with hydrogen-rich water, which is a very powerful antioxidant water. And we also specialize in reversing type 2 diabetes, reversing fatty livers, and of course helping people. By doing all that, you're going to actually lose that body fat. So I wrote down some of the research here, and I'm going to read it right off the research. So those guys who follow me know I like doing this. So it's not coming from me. It's actually coming from researchers who actually did the research on this. And so here's one of them. It's done by the Healthline. Healthline published this one on June 19th, and this is what they said: eating fast is a habit that can cause a lot of health issues, especially weight gain. Simply slowing down when eating could help you lose weight. And so, being a health coach or being in the health profession for over 40 years and understanding the physiology of the digestive tract, um, to me personally, that makes a lot of sense because by chewing, once you understand fully on how the digestive tract works and how hydrochloric acid, your digestive enzymes or digestive juice works, that if you think about this, if you chew your food like you're supposed to, like it says here, slowly and completely, and give the enzymes that are in your mouth, and as you chew it, those enzymes are breaking down that food. And now think about this: as you're chewing it and you're making the food smaller and smaller and smaller, you're activating a digestive enzyme in your mouth to help to digest it. By the time it gets to your stomach and then the digestive juices start to work on it there, it's not solid anymore. It's pretty well smashed up into a more, not quite what they call chine. It's not quite liquefied yet, but it's smashed up to where the body, the digestive tract or the stomach, doesn't have to work so hard to digest it because it's already been digested into small portions. So it makes it a lot easier for your hydrochloric acid, your digestive juices, to actually digest it. That makes a lot of sense to me. So, that's true. Now, also in the last, I don't know, few times I've been doing my investigations, I've been Googling what the topic is to see what Google says about it. And so I wrote down here, which will, like I said, will be in the description section of this YouTube channel. I wrote down what Google says. So Google says fast eating is associated with an increased risk of being overweight or obese. So it's no surprise that both chewing less and eating quickly have been linked to consuming more food and calories. That's kind of interesting because I have to look at myself when I'm eating fast. What do? I'm eating more food. By eating slower and giving your body the ability to recognize that the food you are eating, then it affects the hormones. And you guys know I talk about hormones sabotaging your weight loss all the time. And so what happens here is if you're eating slowly, it affects a certain hormone that is designed to tell your brain you're not hungry. Now, that now makes sense. So all this that I'm reading on the research is all starting to click, and I'm understanding more. And so it makes a lot of sense. And so and then it says the article, and then this Google says, even several minutes after a meal ends, fast eating may still be having an impact. Well, that's what I'm talking about. You're going to eat fast and eat more. If you eat slow, chew it up, you're going to have a reaction to this hormone that's going to say, okay, you're full, you're done eating. I understand that. It also says that eating too fast can lead to several health problems. Studies show, according to new research, chewing through your food too quickly can lead to putting on weight and even trigger problems with your heart. I didn't know this. And so, this research was done on November 17th, back in 2017. How did I miss that? Well, it's simple, because I wasn't really looking at fast eating being a major major issue when it comes to trying to reverse type 2 diabetes or even lose that belly fat or body fat. And it's just something I missed. And it really, eating too quickly should be at the top of the list of different things that can possibly sabotage your weight loss or reversing type 2 diabetes. So then, as I went further in my research, I found a science alert, which is done by a researching publisher, and basically it says the exact same thing. Now, another thing that was interesting I found, and this is what was in that science alert, was that the connection, eating quickly, may disrupt gut hormones. Well, that help regulate appetite and tell you when you are full. In a small study from Japan, fast eating also reduced the thermogenic effect of the food. There's some foods that will actually help the metabolism fire up even more and cause a thermogenic effect, which means burning energy. Okay? It boosts the metabolism that occurs after eating. Wow, that's pretty interesting. And so what this is saying, this makes sense. This makes sense to me a lot because I talk about imbalanced hormones. I talk about how hormones will sabotage your weight loss if you don't get them under control. So this makes a lot of sense. I'm sure those of you that have been in the nutritional field for decades or for a long time, or you understand the digestive tract, or you understand how important good gut health is before in order to have not only overall health and not only boost your immune system, but also to help you be able to digest food properly. So good gut health and good gut bacteria plays a huge part in that. You guys have heard me talk about this many times. But here, I didn't realize this. I didn't realize by eating too quickly, because you're not giving your primary, the beginning part of your digestive tract or digestive system to react to the food you're eating. And by the time it gets to the gut, it's not chewed up all the way, so it's in chunk forms, and it affects the gut. And I honestly really didn't really look at that, which this here makes a lot of sense. And so there's hormones in your gut that turns off the appetite in the brain. And if you go back to my YouTube channel, I have a video there about the different hormones that are out of control that will cause you to have an appetite. So you can go back on that. Now, this is very interesting too, because the last few years have been helping a lot of type 2 diabetics. We've been helping a lot of people who were diagnosed with a fatty liver to reverse it. So where does diabetes come into all this? Well, apparently, research is now also showing that fast eating in itself doesn't cause type 2 diabetes, but it's possible that bolting down your food might give your body an extra nudge in that direction. Okay? What does it mean? What is the nudge they're talking about? Well, this is the nudge. You guys have heard me talk about this. Those of you that have type 2 diabetes, the root cause of that obviously is insulin resistance. So here's the nudge. In a large study, middle-aged men and women without diabetes who said they were fast eaters were at increased risk for insulin resistance. So those of you that know anything about type 2 diabetes, you know that the root cause to it is insulin resistance. And what's causing your insulin resistance, or what's causing your insulin? Well, insulin's a hormone, guys. You've heard me talk about this. It's designed to store fat. That's basically what that insulin does. So this condition in which the body doesn't use insulin efficiently may lead to diabetes over time. You've heard me talk about how inflammation, all diseases are actually, the root cause of all diseases is inflammation. And what you're doing today may not affect your health today or tomorrow or 3 or 4 years later. But if you continually doing the bad things and drinking the toxic water and eating the toxic food and you're on a super high processed carb diet, over time you're going to get something like a type 2 diabetes, or even worse, you're setting yourself up to getting cancer. Okay, so this is pretty interesting, I think. I think this is something that we really need to look at seriously. And I really feel, I'm going to have to eat my cut here because I kind of will joke at Emily because she eats so slow, but here she, all these years, she's never been obese that I know. She never, even when she was pregnant with our 5 kids, she never was obese. Well, maybe this is why, because she eats so slow. I have to believe that now. So I'm a believer now that we need to. The first step we need to do probably is to actually start slowing down your chewing and chew your food up really, really good, and just to see what happens. It's a great research for you guys to do yourself. Well, let's see what else I got here. Okay, so here's research that I got. Okay, here's one more. I'll do one more research here. Okay, this was an article written. Let's see who wrote this article, by the way. Let's see here. Let me find out who wrote this article. It was by. Let's see here. Okay, it was by BMJ. I'll have to. Oh, okay. It's by BMJ research site. So when you click this article, or when you click the link, you'll actually come up with the research who researched it and the association. And now this one here, like I said, is an actual research site, and it's actually got abstracts and dates and all that. And it's got a certified number, so that it shows it's really a research. But I'm gonna tell you what they said here. Kind of interesting what they said here. Okay, actually the title of the research is kind of what my title is. It's Eating Too Quickly, 140 Plus. It is not all about what we eat. It is all about how we eat. In our 40s and 50s, careers are peaking, and the fast-paced world around us hijacks our ability to slow down. However, not slowing down for a meal is definitely not the best way to save time. In a giant study, now this is a big one here. In a giant study of various lifestyle habits, which examined 59,717 Japanese people. Now, you guys notice when I list all these different research published sites, a lot of this research, and I have to say the majority of these research are done by the Japanese, and the ones that are the healthiest people in this world are who? The Japanese. So why aren't we listening to them? Why aren't we taking these researches that they're doing seriously? We should be. But 59,717 Japanese people eating slowly inhibited the development of obesity. Then a study from the journal Nutrients attempted the mechanism behind the benefits of slow eating. Not only the subjectively perceived fullness was higher, see, with the ones that were eating slowly, their fullness was higher in slow eaters. The fullness was higher in slow eaters. The levels of hunger hormone, ghrelin, you guys remember that word? You've heard me talk about ghrelin. That's your time clock. That's the bad guy. That's the guy that makes you think you're hungry and you're not hungry. Okay? Hunger hormone, ghrelin, were lower as well. And then this is, you've heard me talk about this, when you're trying to lose that extra weight, try not to snack in between meals if you can. Well, guess what? In this research, the ones that were eating slowly and their ghrelin hormone was lower, slow eaters also ate 25% fewer snacks. Well, that pretty much tells you that's my wife doesn't really snack unless on a workout day, I have to get her to eat a little bit of protein, but she doesn't snack on junk. So, guys, the bottom line here is we need to take this eating protocol pretty serious. So, slow down, chew your food a lot slower. Now, those of you like me who have been doing it for decades, eating too fast, it's going to take some time. We have to actually work on this, and we have to think about it think about it as well, and try to remind ourselves as we're talking with our friends to keep slowing down. And so I hope you guys saw how important this is a very important part of reversing type 2 diabetes, reversing a fatty liver, and trying to lose weight. I think eating too fast, slowing your food down is a very, very important part in our overall health, especially our overall gut health. And I'm going to really work on this myself. I hope you guys will work on it also. But this is going to be part of my training, guys. I'm going to put this in my platform, my health platform, and I'm going to work with people more seriously about this, because if you think about it and you look around and you go to a restaurant, look how people are eating, and I mean, it's like me. I mean, I'm shoving food in my mouth, my glasses are down here. When someone's talking, I'm looking up, but I'm still eating as I'm looking up. Why not just put the glasses back, relax, and take a spoonful and have a conversation? That's probably why my wife's so lean, okay? Now, in this article here that I'm going to put on my WordPress, I've got also other information on how to chew, what to chew, put down before. Now, just kind of some little tips on what you could do to remind yourself to slow it down. But you know what? I challenge you guys. That are fast eaters. Let's see how fast, or let's slow it down, and let's see how fast we get full. That's what I'm curious about. If I slow my eating habits down and go and just kind of stay with my wife, I want to see how much quicker I can activate that hormone in my stomach that tells me to stop eating, because obviously that means I have the amount of nutrients and protein and whatever fat that I need. I don't need anymore. I don't need to force myself to eat. Okay, guys? One more thing, though. I just want you guys to know that my disclaimer is I'm not a doctor. All the information given has been gathered by me personally and the experience. And the information that I researched and complied is basically pretty much over 40 years. And I suggest always consult a physician before starting a new diet. I have to say this. And eating regimens and workouts. And I'm going to have to say this again. 99% of your family doctors aren't nutritionists. They have no idea on how to set up a meal plan, but I have to say this anyway. Okay? So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video today. I hope you saw some value in it. Like I said, you can go to my Weight Loss Made Easy Solution Facebook group page. Check it out. A lot of great information on there. Or you can go to my YouTube channel. Type in Bill Mabry. Subscribe to it. And if you want to know more information about how we've helped people reverse type 2 diabetes and also reverse fatty livers, because when you do both of those, the byproduct will always be you're going to lose inches, your clothes are going to feel looser. That's the byproduct. And we have a way to make sure you're in fat burning. You will learn all this. So message me if that interests you. You guys have a great day. We'll see you guys at the next video.